This is Captain Admin speaking on behalf of the Amino Hub, Amino, AWF Amino, and NMS Cafe. I kind of just wanted to touch base on the last few minutes of me playing No Man's Sky here on consoles. I've been playing mostly inactively for the past 2.5 years, I'd say. And I have a lot of memories here. I've been at the Amino Hub for well over a year. I've had 2 bases, one with a system called Captain's Landing AH, and now at Dark Side of the Atlas AH, which is located directly next to Amino Prime. Also, I'm sorry if you guys can't understand me. I a little bit of head cold right now, so be a little flummy, but I'll try to get through this. This is going to be a short video of me exploring the base, going to my other 2 favorite planets besides my home base on Dark Side of the Atlas. And just my last experiences before I head off. Hope you enjoy. Warning, Sentinels have breached the base. They're about to kill me right now. Come on, there we go. My little alien hair dryer here. Here's the base. The TSFR Embassy of New Dawn Majors. This is the basement, more or less. Have my storage pods here. They're full of random stuff. It's just extra storage. I have 2 corridors, one on this side and one on the other, with steps leading up to both the barracks and the gardens I have up there. It's always in. This is the 2nd floor, which is the lower part of the balcony and my personal quarters. This is kind of TSFR mission control, at least a smaller version of it. It's my character's bed, and some guns, and more guns, because this is a secretive military installation for the TSFR. Over here is where the armor used to be at in my terminal. It's now just a common room, because I evacuated all my NPCs, with the exception of my Exocraft guy, who can't get on my freighter. Here's the other part of the dormitory. The 3rd floor is, or was, the start of my greenhouse anyhow. I had to tear apart most of it. The balcony. Probably my favorite place to hang out and show off whenever there's huge events like this. There's my ship, the NMS Valkyrie. I didn't get to miss this place. I hosted 2 of the NMS Olympics events here, the Sentinel Slaughter, and I was playing on a race, but for whatever reason the race was postponed due to system errors with the game, not registering my racetrack. Well, that's fine. Here's a little place you can get all your resources at. Like I said, a lot of this has been moved up to my freighter now since I'm planning on moving after the update comes out. And right here is sort of Central Command. This is the sort of the watchtower of the base, where you can watch and see different ships coming through. The launch bay, if you will. My scientist stayed there. Of course, he's gone now. This is a pretty cool base, though. I'm pretty sure if I rebuild it, it's going to be just like it used to be. There's my racetrack. I might give it another run before I go, but a little later. Maybe. No, I'll wait for it later. That was part of the whole Sentinel Slaughter event, which was held both here and over at Forge of the Vy'keen, which you can actually see right there in the sky. The planet over to the left there is Orsky's Rest. Orsky's Rest actually is very interesting. If you've seen my photos on the Amino that I've had, you can actually see 4 of the 5 major planets here from space at this one particular spot I have marked here, the POI map. For those of you who have seen the Amino post I made, my planet is in the Galactic Atlas map, which I'm excited as heck for, but as it turns out, they spelled it with the pre-Atlas Rises name. That planet name was originally called Biss. So if you're looking for my planet in the system, it's called Biss. There's nothing wrong with the actual planet names here, but it's just Biss AH instead of New Dawn Majoris AH. I got rid of most of the beacons beforehand because I actually still have beacons from before Atlas Rises where they glitch out and I can't go back and delete them because they're way beneath the planet's surface. So, just as a precaution. There's really just 2 major POIs here. There's the portal I found earlier, which was the original portal I found when I first was anticipating Atlas Rises, of course. They reset everything. And Last Resort, which was my trading post I had there. And it had all the best ships. We had a Class A shuttle here, a Class S fighter with 4 technology slots. It's pretty cool. Touching down now on Forge of the Vy'keen. This was the planet that really got me interested in this system in particular, because as you might know, I was originally with, or on Captain's Landing, Amino Hub. This planet looks completely different from what it did when I first got here. For one thing, the sands weren't pink or purple depending on the time of day. Get out of my shot Sentinel. Also, there was extreme heat here originally. That's not here now. Which is kind of sad. It kind of took some of the difficulty of surviving here out of it. But I still love it. It's still one of the centers I have for my role-playing game with Captain Admin and the TSFR. I'm excited to hear that Sean Murray did confirm that he was going to add, or keep the save files, so all my gathering up of these new weapons and stuff were not for nothing. Just getting some fuel so I can fly. Personally, my two favorite weapons in game are the Blaze Javelin and the Scatter Blaster. So if you ever see me fighting these Sentinels, I'll use my Scatter Blaster for close range, Blaze Javelin for long range. Good combination. You don't need a regular bowcaster, in my personal opinion. But yep, this is my last time on Forge of the Vy'keen. Now, I was lucky that they actually kept this planet with Atlas Rises. It changed a little bit, but it wasn't actually a full-on upgrade. So I'm hoping that they keep Forge the Viking in game. Because that was the center point of this galaxy, or this the solar system, in my opinion. Like I was saying, BIS, or New Dawn Majoris, this update, was a dead world that got its name from Star Wars. That I turned into my base because New Dawn Majoris spawned there after Atlas Rises. Which I thought was really nice. Right now we're heading over to Orsky's Rest. As I pointed out to you, you actually see these planets from my doorstep at my old base. Probably one of the more picturesque places I can think of in Amino Hub. We're heading down to Orsky's Rest. Orsky's Rest I named personally after my original armor in game. That was Liquidator Orsky. Orsky had been with me since probably right Atlas Rises, but I'm pretty sure I've had characters that look like him originally since Foundations, honestly, when I got my first armor. There is a POI here I left the comm ball for. The beacon's no longer there. For a place called the TSFR Mausoleum. And I can't find that now on my own end because I deleted all the beacons, but that was the place I was telling you about that you can see all the plants in the distance. Just not right here. Oh, you can't see one plant. I think that's Forge where we were. Fail. There we go. Nope, it's still here. As you can see in the distance, there's New Dawn Majoris, its sister planet Twilight Minor. And I believe that's either Bogdan, my other dead world, or Forge, where I came from originally. That could also be the Briar Patch. Which the Briar Patch was a planet I didn't actually think existed in the game, or in my system, until I found it. Just by wandering around a couple of months ago. Decided to call it the Briar Patch after a Star Trek reference I found on Star Trek Online. I forgot, this place doesn't have hostile sentinels, but pretty much all the animals are hostile. This planet, before Atlas Rises, I believe, was a tropical world, as it was probably the farthest planet out, and it was actually called Yavin 4. We'll find out whenever they do add these two planets here to Galactic Atlas, if they will keep their new world names. I think I just might be a glitch. If not, it's fine. I was kind of mad earlier because I thought it was something different entirely, but it's not. There's a trading post back at New Dawn Majoris. Not today. But yeah, that's my small tour of Dark Side of the Atlas. Of course, I did find a tweet from Sean Murray that confirmed that this game will be keeping its old saves and just incorporating multiplayer into the already established structure, which was primitive as all hell, but it works. But that way you won't have to start over entirely. You'll keep your ships your base, your freighter, your multi-tool, a couple other things too. Where's my base? Is that it? That's the Colossus. Man, this bounty really wants me. We're back down at my home base. I called this place Turtle Bay back before I could think of a proper name for it, because the island does indeed look like a giant turtle. Too high to initiate landing. There's a good aerial on my base, just freeze out on me. That's one thing I've always hated about space. The landing pad for it's a little too narrow. I can't properly land without like doing a nosedive. Before I go, I think I should do one last lap of my track. Like I said, this was originally a track I made for the Olympic Games for the Aminos. And I was proud of it, but I couldn't actually officially race on it. Sodacon and a few other of my friends went to try it, and it was broken. And it already still is kind of broken because of the giant crater there in the middle of the track. I've gone to fix that, but it resets every time. So my advice to you, if you want to start a racetrack on... Yeah, look at me watching this. If you want to make a track in No Man's Sky, is do it right the first time. Because if you don't, it'll reset on you and glitch out, like it has here. Right here is pretty much what I laid out before, originally. If you look on the NMS Amino, this is called the Plutonium Eve racetrack. I named it that because my friend Ranger, when we first came here, the comm ball said Plutonium Heaven on it. But yeah, it's a pretty cool name, so that's what I'm gonna call it. And so the Plutonium Eve it was. Of course, if you're a Star Wars fan like I am, you'll recognize that its name's very similar to the Boonta Eve from Star Wars, and I kind of wanted it to be named after the track from Star Wars in a way, but not like a full-on ripoff. This is the Flatlands part of the track. It's a beautiful island. I'm gonna miss it, but that's what I'm going on. This is kind of one last lap around. There's actually a system close to Captain's Landing I discovered on May the 4th called Twin Suns. And Twin Suns is named such because there's a sun literally 0.1 light years away from it. And I have a planet there that's a desert planet called Kor-Gek-Tuin. My own version of combining Korvax and Gek with Tatooine. And of course, in my original roleplay, I had this company called Kor-Geki, Kor-Geki Shipyards. They were the ones that made my line of ship in-game, which was the Valkyrie class, the YT 2500 series, I believe. I based it loosely off the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. But, yeah, it's just something I did. Explanation for why this ship got here. I found it the day before the Foundations era came out, so it's probably almost about as old as the game. Be pretty close to my record, but I'm still about 3 seconds behind, roughly. .6. Whoa! Always with a little seashell with the mountains of this planet. Always added the allure of being stuck on a desert island. or a tropical island rather. Sorry about my nose. Coming up to the final stretch. Just one lap around my base. Please don't glitch out of me. And yeah, that was pretty close to the old time, but not quite. I messed up earlier on it. Well, that about does it, folks. Let me repaint this window here. Up here is a monument that Lamaju, who's Lily on the cafe, and Ranger Elite met up at on my base. Right at the top there, apparently. I'll get back in my base really fast. Save one last time here. I miss you, base. I miss you too, Atlas Rises. But when one door closes, another opens. And I will be in a brand new game sometime tomorrow. I believe for my time, which is Eastern Standard, it'll be around 9 AM. Of course, I have to work until 6 o'clock tomorrow. But it'll be nice to finally get on here to test it out. I'm gonna have a hell of a time customizing my character. I'll probably take close to 5 hours going through all the species. It looks like you can do it in limited times though, which will be excellent. But that's about it, guys. I'm gonna dock my ship on the space station because more likely than not, that's where they're gonna put me. The update. Perhaps. I remember spawning my base during Atlas Rises, and there was actually a visitor I had from the previous update. That's actually I found we had multiplayer. But I'll leave it here for now. Alright guys, check you out later. Like, subscribe.